Coming up on AI in the Classroom,
teaching computer science with the help of AI. Hi, my name is Guy Trainin.
And I'm Kimberly Ingram Beck.
And Kimberly is a part of a different podcast we have, CS4NE, and she agreed to join us in AI in the Classroom. You teach computer science, so talk to us a little bit about how you're using generative AI, right, if we want to be specific, to help you teach computer science.
Absolutely. So I have scoured the internet trying to find hands-on activities that I can do to reinforce some of the concepts that we're learning. Right now, my school is pushing for more engagement and hands-on activities in our curriculum. And so I couldn't find anything that I liked. So I turned to generative AI and I started asking it. I have dice and I have playing cards. And so I wanted to find a way to use loops, different kinds of loops, using those activities. So through different prompts that I did and working with it, I was able to find multiple ideas. And then I used these ideas to work with other ideas that I had and created some activities that my students really loved.
And so you're talking really about what we often call unplugged activities, where they're actually using their bodies or artifacts to understand concepts. And this is sometimes in the curriculum, but again, one of the things that we've talked numerous times is how we know as teachers where our students have the hardest time.
Yep.
And this is where AI can come in and just augment whatever we're doing, that it's like, this is where I'm having a problem. We can make it unplugged, or we can make a short video, we can do other things to help communicate. So that's a great way to use. And then you're a very experienced computer science teacher. I'm old, you're experienced. This is the difference between things. And you can look at it and see if it's doing the right thing, which is the other important thing to remember.
I did also, as part of that, I wanted to create different for loops with start points and end points. So I had AI generate a whole bunch of different ones. And then I also included a few infinite loops in there too, to get the kids. So then they just had to keep rolling and rolling and rolling because they were never able to do it. So I enjoyed that. But anyways, yeah. So I had AI help me come up with the ideas. I had AI help me come up with the examples because I made problems for every group. Yep. And then I wanted the problems to be similar but not the same. And so AI was very helpful with that as well.
All right, and what AI are you using when you generate these?
So I am currently using Gemini from Google. I find I like to use different ones. So I will usually ask the same prompt to multiple platforms, and then whichever one gives me the thing that I like the best, then I work with that.
Yeah, and I do love that, and I do find that I do something very similar. So I jump around between Claude and ChatGPT, and occasionally Gemini, a few others when it feels right. But trying them out and seeing which one is good at what, because they are not equal.
Exactly.
I do use DeepSeek as well. They are not equal, but and you get different things that really are excellent from one and then not so much from another. So
absolutely,
it's worth playing around, especially if you're not paying for all of them. I am paying for all of them, so that's a price I'm willing to pay. But as a teacher, use the free version, see which one gets you where you want to go. And there's probably going to be lots of opportunities. Hopefully, schools will start helping teachers with that. At least for teachers, I really believe eventually we need students to have access. Now tell me what you're doing with students in AI.
So I teach a game development class with Unity when it uses the language C#, but I don't have a class that teaches students C#. And so the curriculum that we use teaches them how to use Unity. And then also, by the way, here's C#, but it doesn't go into too much detail. So it's fairly similar to Java. So the students kind of have an idea of what's going on, but not really. So when errors come up, sometimes it's really hard to troubleshoot because they don't know the language. So I encourage them to throw it into their preferred generative AI and see if it can troubleshoot and help figure out what the issue is.
And there is a growing understanding in the field that AI does a fairly good job, definitely in recognizing errors, but also producing, we talked in a previous show about vibe coding and all of that. So I think that the opportunity, and also teaching students that they can use AI to supervise what they're doing with coding and to learn new coding and all of that is really, really powerful, because we do know that's what's going to be expected from them in the workplace.
Yes, I firmly, wholeheartedly believe the first thing you ask the generative AI to do is not going to be a good thing. You got to work with it. You got to constantly revise what you're asking, give it more details. And so I like having my students use it because they really get down prompt engineering, which I think is going to be huge for them in the workforce as well.
Yeah. All right. So today on AI in the Classroom and CS4NE, we talked about how Kimberly is really using AI to plan, but then also in teaching itself. And we'll see you next time.